Who are you?
I'm Lars.Olofsson and I'm a lawyer from Sweden. About 4 months ago, I got in contact with one of the victims in a large investment scam involving a company called Juicyfields. And to begin with, I was just helping a friend of mine who has lost a lot of money. This was in late July this year, 2022. But this grew by the day, and all of a sudden there were so many people who was contacting me all over the world. So now I have about 800 clients from more than 60 countries who are victims in this investment scam Juicyfields, and that involves in doing investments in cannabis plants. The problem was that there were no cannabis plants ever bought. There were no cannabis sold to any end buyer. So they kept all the money for themselves. And this is what I've been doing for the past 4 months, investigating exactly what has been happening and how many victims there are, and collect so much evidence that I could start some criminal investigation and legal procedures. So what I'm doing now is to organize what is called a class actions for all my clients all over the world, and I'm targeting not just the criminals who did this. I'm specially targeting the companies and individuals who was facilitating, who was helping or made it possible to do marketing and sales and organizing the cash flow and everything. And today I have identified more than 40 companies all over the world, some very large companies. I have identified more than 70 individuals who have in one way or another helped the criminals behind Juicyfields to do marketing and sales. And I have also identified at least 4 governments and 4 government authorities who should have detected, who should have tracked what was going on, more or less completely just under the nose. And so this is a major scandal. This is a huge scandal. And altogether there are about 125,000 victims all over the world from all countries on the planet. And I'm estimating that these individuals, these victims, has lost something between 1.5 and 2 billion euros. So it's serious money. Very, very serious money. And everything is linked to a shady bank in Cyprus, some very, very shady people who was behind this, but I'm sure the people who have been fronting and been seen as representative for Juicyfield, they are not the mastermind. There are definitely some very hard criminals behind this, and there had been a pre-planning process of at least 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years, before they start operation in spring 2020, and everything was shut down in mid-July 2022. That's when the German government, BaFin, finally got in touch with this company and asked them a number of questions. And the problem was that they didn't have any kind of license for doing cannabis business and cannabis trading. You need to have a license, and you need to have a license if you are giving investment advices or taking care of money to do investments, what is called asset management. So they didn't have both these 2 licenses, and I'm surprised that no authority had detected this during 2.5 years of operation.
Why didn't they?
I think the reason is that they didn't have enough resources to detect these kind of operations and these small companies. They are more focused on banks and financial institutions. And the criminals was also very clever in the way they were acting. But anyway, that is not an excuse. The government authorities, this financial authorities, they should have detected what was going on, at least after a couple of months. But it lasted more than 2 years before they reacted.